Hello, everybody. Get this camera angled here. Good enough. Welcome. Today we're talking about how to get better results this summer. Summer is not far away from us, and it's always harder with everything going on in the summer to keep up a good pace of results. So we're going to talk about a couple main ways to really get the most out of your summer transformation. Um, I'll be doing the 6 week challenge with everybody who is included. Super excited for that. Might as well give you a quick ramble on that. If you haven't seen Casey's message, definitely look at it or shoot either of us a quick message asking us what it's all about. But on Monday, the 12th, I'll just move the camera here. There, you can see me better. We're launching our Beachbod Bestie Challenge. It's a 6 week challenge. For everybody here, if this is the first time you're hearing about it, find a bestie. Men and women are included in this. So find a bestie, find a friend, find multiple friends. You can bring as many as you want. And we'll share you a link with you. We'll share a link with you that gives you all the details, but essentially it's a 6 week challenge. You're going to get 50% off your current rate for those full 6 weeks. Your bestie is going to join at 50% off our current rate. And we're doing a 6 week summer shred. There's lots of good stuff, lots of fun that's going to happen with that. And more bonuses that are included in there. So if you want to take advantage of that, find a bestie, find some people that are interested. Shoot Case and I a message, and we'll see if we can get you in there for May. Wait, what's the month today? It is May, right? Yeah, May 12th. May 12th. So next Monday. There are only 10 spots, and I believe we have, off the top of my head, I can't remember, but much less than 10 spots left. So it's first come, first serve. If you're interested, or if you have friends that are interested, shoot us a message. We'll tell you the details and see if we can get you guys in there. So speaking of, we want to find ways to get the best results this summer, right? So there's a number of reasons why results slow down during the summer, and I'll go over a couple of the obvious ones, but there's some really important ones that are kind of overlooked that I'm going to focus most of this conversation on. So the first one is busy schedules, and obviously busy schedules, summer events, that sort of stuff. And honestly, it's really simple. That just comes down to planning ahead. When you're going camping for a weekend, obviously talk to us because we'll guide you through it specifically, like for your case, how we would want you to manage it. But generally speaking, it's a pretty safe assumption. We're going to tell you to focus on calories and protein only, or maybe even just calories only. And that's definitely something that you can manage while you're camping because we can just plan ahead, make sure that you got your protein items before you go. It doesn't take that much work, but it does take 20 minutes of your time to have a really successful camping weekend. So camping, vacations, whatever it is, it's all the same. It's just planning ahead. If you have a summer barbecue and there's going to be drinks, plan your drinks ahead. It really, being successful in those regards, the things that people often find the most challenging are generally the simplest things to change. And it really comes down to just planning ahead and taking that time. Instead of tracking after you eat, you track the day before you eat or 2 days before you eat, and you just pre-plan what you're going to do. It's not always super straightforward, but generally, like I said, and I'm repeating this over and over and over again because I want you guys to understand that it really just comes down to planning. If you take the time to plan for success, you will find success. If you try to manage it on the fly, that's where things tend to go sideways. It gets too difficult. That's when you have the feeling of like, oh, like this is so much work. It's taking away from my time camping. I don't want to bother with this. You totally let go, and then you have no idea where your calories are. You come back feeling kind of crappy, and you know the drill. We've all been there. I've been there. Casey's been there. And it's really, again, as simple as planning ahead. So we're going to move on from that and talk about some of the actual non-obvious reasons why people struggle through the summer. So one is going to be just in general. Sorry, my camera's flickering. I'm not sure why it's doing that. In general, maintaining our habits. So, and this is what often gets overlooked is our simple little habits. We know how important sleep is. Sleep is where our bodies actually get that chance to recover, because we're not moving around. Our body has no requirement, energy needs other than just sustaining life while we sleep. And that's where our body really gets to focus in on repairing muscle tissue. This is where, like, if you're sick, your immune system goes into hyperactive mode, and it really helps fight colds. Sleep is super, super vital to your success and your progress. So making sure that you're planning your sleep. Of course, there's going to be weeks and weekends where, excuse me, the sleep is a little bit less because there's a lot of things going on, and that's okay. But generally, or not generally, as your baseline, you want to try and maintain your sleep habits as best you can. It's going to support your growth, it's going to support your recovery, and it's going to support your weight loss and your digestion, and your emotional regulation. The main one that I want to talk about is water. So, water is one that people struggle with the most during the summer, not just because you're out and about doing things, but also because our requirement for water intake goes up. If you're drinking 3 liters a day right now and you feel great on it, midsummer, you're probably going to need more than that because it's hotter, we sweat more. Even if you're not like soaking through your shirt sweating, we're consistently just perspiring to regulate our temperature. And it's like I said, you might not have like full out like sweat stains and stuff, but you're still losing water because the temperature outside is much higher than a healthy temperature for your body. Our bodies can't function at 35 degrees, or whatever that is in Fahrenheit, and so our bodies have to manage our homeostasis to keep our body temperature in a healthy range, so we don't end up with like spiking fevers and heat stroke and heat exhaustion and all that sort of jazz, right? So we do that by releasing fluids, by perspiring. It cools our body off. So our water intake needs to go up. And on top of that, it's also making sure that you actually have your water with you. This is like such a super important thing because I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this before, but I'm going to give you the analogy again. Our bodies are like 60% water. Every single chemical reaction that happens in the body requires water to be a part of it. Breaking down fat, for example, is a process called lipolysis, and the splitting of the fat cells into energy requires water. Water is what does the breaking down of the fats. So we need that, and water is also going to transport the fats. It's going to take the fats, break them down, then it's going to transport it through your system as it converts it into usable energy, and then it's going to transport that usable energy into wherever it is that energy needs to go. And it's going to use water to, once you create that or use that energy, it's going to use water to take all of the metabolites and all the waste, and it's going to send those out through your kidneys, out through your skin, wherever. Water is involved in everything. So if we don't have enough water, everything slows down. Our fat breakdown slows down because there's not enough water there. Our bodies, like, let's say, these are abstract numbers, but let's say it takes 2 liters of water to break down 2 pounds of fat. Just random numbers, right? Let's just say in a 24-hour period, if you're going to break down 2 pounds of fat, you need 2 or 3 liters of water. And if you're now consuming only 1.5 liters, you're not going to be able to break down because your body's going to have to selectively choose where the water is going to go. There's not enough water for everything, right? And so everything starts to slow down. It's like that through our bodies with everything. It will slow down our digestion. It'll slow down our energy production. It'll slow down our fat breakdown. It'll slow down our muscle recovery. Not having enough water is one of the biggest reasons why people end up having really sluggish progress through the summer or in general, honestly. You know that Casey and I will harp on people for water because of these things. It's not just you need to be hydrated. We're coaches, you need to be hydrated. It's because it has a direct impact on your results. So we want to make sure that we really keep up with water intake through the summer. Get yourself a nice big water bottle. This one is, I would say for summer, this one is mediocre. If you're somebody that doesn't like drinking like lukewarm water, this is going to stay cold for like 10 minutes when you're out in the heat. So get yourself like a double wall stainless steel 2 liter or a liter and a half water bottle, and you can keep cold water all day long. That way, if you're out with the kids at soccer tournaments, or even if you're out camping, if you're just out and about doing like daily activities, you're out in the car doing errands or something for the day, and your water bottle gets too hot in the car and you don't want to drink your water, get yourself something that's going to make sure that your water stays cold. If that's going to make it easier for you to get that intake in, because again, and I'm going to say this a million times because I really want this to sink in. If you don't have enough water, your progress is going to suffer for it, and you're going to then continue through summer not feeling your best. Water is also important for flushing out toxins. So if you do have a weekend where you have some drinks and stuff and you feel like kind of like you're like watery or you're inflamed, like, and nothing's really got the same detail as it did before the weekend, just because you're retaining water in your cells, drinking more water actually flushes that back out. So it's going to bring you back to it a lot quicker. It's going to bring you back to your actual true physique. So it's hard to, I have to show you guys an example of this sometime, but once I get lean enough and you can see actual like muscle definition, ab lines and stuff like that, if you have a day where you don't eat well, or you have alcohol, anything that's inflammatory like that, all of that just washes out. It disappears under water retention that sits superficially. And if you drink a whole lot of water, you can start to flush that out and you'll get back to where you were before a lot quicker. And it always feels good to look good during the summer. So it's one of those things that it has an immediate effect and it has a long-term effect. If you struggle to get your water in, use water flavoring. Water flavoring is, I know there's a lot of hype around like artificial sweeteners and artificial colorings and all of that sort of stuff. And there's a reason to pay attention to those things, but we got to weigh out the odds, right? Or not the odds, but the risks. What's going to be more detrimental to your body? Not drinking enough water and having sluggish digestion, slow progress, low energy, feeling kind of crappy, your digestion sucks, or using a water flavoring for a couple months to get your water in through the summer and making sure that your body is fully hydrated to process everything, right? If you ask me, water is, there's so much research on water. The health effects of not getting enough are very severe over the long term, not short term, but over the long term. And like your skin health gets crappy, all that sort of stuff, right? The short term effect of using like water artificial sweeteners or something is like minimal. It's like nothing. Long term use, more something to be considerate about. But if you're just looking at this as a way to get through summer, it's totally worth it, right? So yeah, that's kind of the main stuff that I wanted to go over. It's a quicker video today, but the main objective here is that I just really want you guys to understand these few things, which is plan ahead. If you have events coming up, weekends away, you have even a day of errands or tournaments with kids, anything like that, plan ahead. That's going to make you successful. It doesn't have to be hitting your proteins, your carbs, your fats, and your calories to perfection. We can use our flexibility practices to make sure that whatever needs to happen is realistic to happen. So if it means going straight to like calories only, That's still more beneficial than doing nothing, and you need to plan ahead for that. Making sure that you keep up with your habits, so keeping sleep in check. As the days get longer, the nights get shorter, and there's more activities, it's easier to let sleep slide, and it's going to a little bit here and there with different events. But it's important to make sure that you get back to your baseline so that your sleep is adequate for your body to actually be able to heal and respond to the changes, continue making progress, and healing up. And then the biggest one, making sure your water is in check. Stay hydrated through the summer. It's going to make your skin health better, your digestion better. It's going to make your progress much faster. Everything gets so much better. Your energy gets better. Everything improves with more water intake. So those are kind of like your three big things to think about and keep on the top of your mind as we move into summer. And same thing, plan ahead. If you have, I don't care about drinking lukewarm water because I'm boring and it's fine for me. But if you can't drink lukewarm water because it's just ick to you, plan ahead. Get a water bottle that's going to keep your water cold through the summer so you can make sure that you actually do get your water intake. All right. If you have questions about any of this, shoot them over on the WhatsApp group or to Case and I on Everfit. If you're watching on replay, #replay. Let's hear your biggest takeaway. And we didn't celebrate wins. So let's celebrate wins. Drop your wins in. My win is just getting everything prepared and planned for the 6-week challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. Excuse me. It's going to be, it's been a lot of work for Case and I, but work that we've been excited to do, and we're excited to host the challenge and have fun with you guys, and to join the challenge with you. I believe Casey's doing the challenge too, so it'll be fun to do the challenge at the same time as everybody, and be a participant as well as a coach through it. So that's my win. All right, have a wonderful Tuesday, everybody. We'll talk to you soon, and drink your water. Message us about the Beach Bod Bestie Challenge if you have a bestie or a friend that wants to join, and we'll talk to you again soon.